Nkrumah is to lead a high-power delegation to Turkey and Lebanon. Amidst controversies, Parliament approves 9 presidential nominees. Over 250 exhibitors take part in the 2016 edition of Trade Fair and Exhibition in Freetown. And the Ministry of Energy launches 5 megawatts solar energy for rural communities. All these stories and more, including business and sports, in this edition of Newzone. Stay with us. His Excellency the President, Dr. Ernest Bai Koroma, is to lead a high-power delegation to Turkey and Lebanon, respectively, to attend the 13th session of the Organization of Islamic Countries and the commissioning of consulate in Lebanon. This was disclosed by the President at a press conference at State House in Freetown. Razia Bashkamara filed on this report.
Press briefing after the Ebola outbreak was declared over by the World Health Organization some 5 months ago. Addressing the press, President Ernest Bai Koroma catalogued the significant role the Fourth Estate played in the eradication of the Ebola virus. As the virus has been contained, challenges from the Ebola disease still lingered on in the economy and other sectors such as education, health, business, social welfare, among others. However, government developed the Ebola Recovery 6 to 9 months and the 10 to 24 months programs to revitalize the economy and develop the various sectors to ensure normalcy and confidence to what government has been doing before the outbreak of the Ebola disease. President Nkrumah told the press that the recovery program is an effort to address social services and protection of victims and survivors, address additional energy supply, affordable water, and private sector investments through the agenda for prosperity for Sierra Leone to become a middle-level income country again. On his visit to Istanbul to attend the 13th session of the Organization of Islamic Countries, OIC, next week, President Ernest Bai Koroma said the aim is to hold consultations on the ongoing terrorist activities and other civil conflicts in West Africa to provide solutions for peace, unity, and solidarity.
The world is becoming a bit turbulent. I mean, the extremists everywhere, bombing here and there, and creating an environment of insecurity. And I think for moments like this, organizations like the OIC are challenged to ensure that we go out there and address the issues. We go out there and speak with one voice on how we can ensure that there is peace and quiet in the world. Because if there is no peace and quiet, development will not take place.
The president said terrorism in the world and civil conflicts in some parts of West Africa is a concern that should be addressed with one voice. In Beirut, President Nkrumah will officially commission a consular office where he will also hold discussions with key government officials and the business community as a move to further strengthening bilateral ties between the two countries. President Nkrumah taking trips abroad is an effort to rebrand Sierra Leone that the country is ready for business and investments. Laws such as local content policy and other legislations have been developed for value addition process for manufacturing and industrialization in the mining and agricultural sectors for sustainable development. According to President Nkrumah, minerals such as diamonds, gold and bauxite should go through initial process in Sierra Leone before they are exported to other countries. In another development, President Ernest Bai Koroma met with a delegation from the Kuwaiti Fund Appraisal, led by the engineering advisor Ahmad Uthman Al-Mujaham at State House. The team is in the country as an appraisal mission from the Kuwaiti Fund for Arab Economic Development for the completion of the two major roads projects, Hillside Bypass Road and the Tuke-Lumley Road. The Minister of State to Minister of Finance, Patrick Conte, said the team is looking at the commitment and part of funding close to $37 million. The head of delegation, Mohammed Uthman Al-Mujaham, said they are impressed with the level of cooperation between the Sierra Leone Roads Authority and the Ministries of Finance and Works towards the project. President Koroma thanked the government of Kuwait for the support Sierra Leone has enjoyed over the years, saying that their involvement in the road sector is indeed a great source of encouragement. President Koroma described the two roads as important, adding that when completed will ease the movement of people and enhance vehicular traffic.
The Hillside Road, when completed, will increase the movement of the people. It will shorten the time. And of course, these are all savings we make, but we don't quantify them.
Yes,
people don't quantify them. But even reducing the pressure in the heart of the city will also be one of the advantages. Of course, the number 2 to Tuke will in effect complete the Peninsula Road. This is a project we have started as a nation for so many years back. If I remember rightly, I think in the 80s. And we are still on it. And we want to put a closure to this before the end of 2017.
He said with the support of the Kuwaiti Fund that the roads will be completed and encouraged all stakeholders to commit themselves to the time frame of 2017. Meanwhile, the newly approved ministers, deputy ministers and the anti-corruption commissioner have taken the oath of office before President Ernest Bai Koroma at State House.
That report by Razia Bashkamara was read by Abubakar Bangura. Parliament has approved 9 presidential nominees, including Ministers of Information, Fisheries and Social Welfare, the Anti-Corruption Commissioner and Deputy Ministers of Political Affairs, Tourism, Transport and Health. During their approval, Honorable Dixon Rogers of Constituency 89 said that Mr. Bangura should not have been approved, as according to him, Mr. Mohamed Bangura presented fake documents to the Committee on Appointments. Mahawa Aliyu reports.
Are not qualified to be a minister.
But then
You lie under oath.
people, Honorable Rogers, people will begin to wonder as to those that are part of the appointment committee did not raise this issue up. They were there and they were vetting those nominees, including Mohamed Bangura, and they never raised the issue up. So they begin to wonder why you raised the issue.
The Minister of Trade and Industry, Mohamed Aliyu Patso, has launched the 2016 edition of Trade Fair and Exhibition, attracting over 250 exhibitors from Sierra Leone and beyond, on a theme, a new look for small and medium enterprises. The trade fair, which was organized by the Chamber of Commerce, Ministry of Trade, Industry and Agriculture, is taking place at the National Stadium, Brookfield, in Freetown. Ibrahim Samoa reports.
Today, 6th of April 2016, marks another milestone of history as we launch another edition of the trade fair of the Sierra Leone Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Consequently, as the Minister of Trade and Industry, I hereby declare this year's trade fair open. Madam Chair, distinguished guests, I thank you all for your kind attention.
The theme is New Look for SMEs Development. Exhibitors are drawn from Nigeria, Guinea, Burkina Faso, Kenya, and the Gambia, and local manufacturers in Sierra Leone. The High Commissioner of Ghana to Sierra Leone, retired Major General Karl Modi, said they are pleased to participate in the trade fair, saying vast 28 SMEs from Ghana are participating. He underscored Ghana's commitment in promoting trade between the two countries. The High Commissioners of the Islamic Republic of Gambia, Madam Fatou De Gaga, and Liberia Jaja Kamara, said the trade fair will promote sub-regional partnerships through trade fair and showcase their products. They highlighted transportation as key challenge for participating countries. The Liberian ambassador, Mr. Kamara, assured of his country's participation in the forthcoming trade fair. The president of the Chamber of Commerce, Christo Foster, said the main thrust of the trade fair is to showcase businesses and products of participating countries. He said it's also to improve on small and medium enterprises in the sub-region. The Minister of Trade, Mohamed Aliou Patesor, underscored the importance of the theme for the trade fair, stressing the pivotal role of the private sector in the promotion of SMEs in the country. The trade fair and exhibition, which will last for 3 weeks, will end on the 25th of this month.
The Ministry of Energy has launched 5 megawatts solar energy for rural communities. The launch also saw a roundtable discussion with district council leaders, paramount chiefs across the country on energy revolution in the country. Let's now join Daphne Kema Macaulay for that report, read in our studios by David Patrick Kamara.
It gives me great pleasure and honor on behalf of Million Boss and Unayo Papa, Dr. Anesbai Koroma, for launch this phase 1 of the solar era project.
The launching of the 5 megawatt solar electricity in Bo District is to provide electricity for rural communities in the country. The project will be implemented by the Barefoot Women, supervised by the Ministry of Energy. According to the Minister of Energy, Henry Macaulay, almost every district in the country has solar workshops for the installation of solar panels. The minister said they decided to involve paramount chiefs because they are key stakeholders in rural communities and are members of the energy family.
President said, first of all, lights are rights. Lights not a privilege. You forget them and you right. Now the one first philosophy that will come now this means. And we say electricity now one man business. So one man business to one woman business. Now we all get electricity. Now you make they can create what we call the energy family. By God power on the more than one day. Because we all belong to this energy family as long as we all want light and one family. But as governments they do in Yom, we serve as members of the public for doing Yom.
Enlightening paramount chiefs on the energy revolution in the country, the Chief of Staff, Dr. Konton Sise, says the government is doing its best to provide electricity in every corner of the country.
And so, the president really they push very hard for maybe everything that they want to do will not go left here, let it happen. President want to see that bad image we don't get about Sierra Leone being the darkest country in the world. That we correct that picture there. That we get out of that. If we want to see light outside this country.
Technical Advisor, Ministry of Energy, Dr. Patrick Tarawali, explained the processes involved in installing the 5 megawatt solar energy in rural communities.
After the solar lantern, so the chief themselves, Adana Salo, Kamalo Nawali, this is another opportunity for renewed, and then this is solar for pumping water. So man go say, well, I don't get the well, how for produce water? Many times, people they drown inside our well. We go there, they send it, they go there, they drown. This
drown. Just get you small solar panel. You see these two people, they are not down in the age, whether they go reach 10 years. But when you see them go to the extent they have like 7-8 years. And you see that they pump, the water they pump, they come out.
The Paramount Chief of Kakwa Chiefdom, Honorable PC Lapia Boema, thanked the ministry for its effort and vowed to hang heads with Paramount Chiefs to protect the electricity infrastructures.
The National Protected Area Authority, NPAA, in collaboration with the Sierra Leone Amalgamated Artisanal Fishermen Union, SLAFU, has started reforesting Sierra Leone's wetlands in the Devil community. The move is to ensure the community against its wetlands, which has been cleared due to human activities. Francis Danema filed in this report, read by Salmata Jallo.
Since its establishment by an Act of Parliament in 2012, the National Protected Area Authority has been working to ensure the protected areas that have been grabbed are regained. The authority has succeeded in reclaiming some of these lands to the Quant community meetings and Battle of Forest Guards in the 15 protected areas of Sierra Leone. According to one of the conservation officers, National Protected Area Authority, Andre Hafner, the reforestation is another move to reclaim the wetlands and prevent negative human activities on the land.
The first step we took was to work with the community people, because the communities are the people who we have the most issues with in terms of conservation. But now that we actually have the Devil Hole community willing to work with us, we are going to make sure that this continues. They themselves are the people, the locals themselves are the ones planting the trees right now. These are not strangers, they are not from just anywhere. We have our game guards around and they have joined with the local community people. So when you have a community actually doing an exercise for themselves, it actually makes a difference from hiring people from elsewhere and they come and they do something like that. It makes no difference to them, but they have worked and I'm sure they won't want their labor to go in vain.
Andre Hafner said the authority will enforce the law to ensure all those who have built in wetlands vacate there. She reaffirmed her authority's commitment to ensuring the mangroves planted grow into maturity. Coordinator Afforestation of Mangroves and Secretary of the Ceylon Amalgamated Artisanal Fishermen's Union, Alhaji Saidu Sise, said the activity will create areas for fish to reproduce. This went on will ensure fish is always available in the markets.
And we care much about the wetlands, particularly in the marine protected areas. And this is one of the marine protected areas called the Sierra Leone River.